Hey now, you're an all-star. So it's Palm Sunday today, and I actually went to an Easter brunch, which doesn't really make any sense, at my sister's house. It was really nice, had everybody there, really good food, good time. You know what, let's get a picture of Allie and Brian up there. Oh yeah, oh see, now that's nice. That was a great get-together, a lot of fun had by all. And while I was there, I got a little inspiration as to what I wanted to talk about today. As we get older, our lives tend to speed up. We tend to start taking on more things because, when we're young, we have very few responsibilities. When we're old, we have a ton of responsibilities. As we age, life tends to speed up and we start to kind of solidify our priorities. And those priorities are largely a response to how we were raised. Whether we were raised to prioritize family above all things, or God above all things, or a business, or a hobby, or just money, sports cars. And then as we age, we decide whether that is a priority of ours or not. If it's not, we toss it. If it is, we keep it. But usually that's where our priorities start. My priorities follow the God family business model. And family can also include friends who are like family. But that's my prioritization. God comes first, family comes second, and with friends, and then business. Meaning that stamp collecting is going to come fourth. Now for me, I run my own business, but business also includes school and internships and everything that kind of develops me as a product. And that would follow for you too. Basically, you're developing a product in yourself, right? And when you go on a job interview, you're going to sell that product to your employer. So in effect, we're all salesmen. Gotcha. There are two kinds of salesmen. There are good and there are bad. There's one that looks out for the customer, and then there's one that looks out for himself. Which one are you? That's the question. Your customer is your employer. You go into a job interview not looking out for your employer's benefit. You're a lousy salesman. That means you're no better than those guys on TV. That's kind of an aside, I guess. Okay. Back to the point. I want to borrow an exercise from a good friend of mine named Mike Silkowski. He's actually my mentor in real estate. Let's get a picture of him up there too. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, now stop this video and go grab a pencil and a paper. Can wait all day. Stop the video. Let's go. Alright, you ready? This is going to be fun. I'm going to write down 6 words. First word, spiritual. Second word, family. Third word, friends. Fourth word, health. Fifth word, I got 5 fingers. Fifth word, school/business. And sixth, 6 fingers, personal financial. I want you to rate where you see yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in all those areas. How satisfied are you with all those areas? From 1 to 10. Now what comes next is the meat of this exercise. I want you to consider what actions you're going to have to take every day on a regular, consistent basis to make those 6 categories 10s by the end of the year. So what would you have to do? What relationships would you have to repair? What commitments would you have to make? And on a regular, consistent basis, what actions can you take to make all of those 10s? I say within a year because every goal should have a time limit. But maybe you want to go from a 6 to a 7 in a month. Maybe you're starting at a 2 and the idea of going to a 10 by the end of the year is just horrendous. It seems impossible. But just consider what actions you would have to take. Break them down to the very, very basic, bare bones actions. If you look to the description, the sidebar I believe it's called, find a link to one of my previous blogs where I took a goal that I have and I dissected it down to its basic actions that you take every day. Watch that blog after you finish this. It might help you kind of figure out how to do that with your own life. This exercise is something that I do on a regular basis. It's almost subconscious. I mean, if you think about your life as kind of canoeing down a river, it's like when you're canoeing and you're paddling all on one side, you start to drift one direction. So you got to start kind of pushing on the other side. And then you start to drift that direction, so you push on this side, and then you push on that side. And so you're constantly correcting your course. Just like any flying an airplane, even walking on a path, you're constantly correcting your course. And this is what this does. Corrects your course. Because if you're not going to make all of these 10s, if that's not the direction that you're going the wrong direction. You got to correct your course. I'd recommend doing this as much as you possibly can. And keep refocusing on those actions that you can take every day. And if you want to share with me what you've figured out, I'd love to hear it. I can even hold you accountable. If you want to send me a message saying, okay, this is where I'm at, this is where I want to be by the end of the year, and these are the actions that will take me there, I'll be very happy to check in with you every now and then and make sure you're on the right path. Fair enough? Awesome. Let there be light. It's time for question of the week. I was requested to talk about Holy Week this week, and I feel like it would work really well to have a question of the week on this subject. Which of the 3 most prominent days in Holy Week is the most prominent in your mind? So you have Palm Sunday, where Jesus is riding the donkey through the city, and people are laying down the palm fronds and saying, Hosanna, Hosanna. And then there's Good Friday, where Jesus literally takes on the sin of the world. You ever seen The Passion of the Christ? It's pretty bloody, intense stuff. And then there's Sunday. You can see a little twinkle in my eye there. Sunday is the day of the resurrection when Jesus has defeated death. The guy who didn't deserve death because he didn't sin, took on our sin, died, and defeated death. Awesome stuff. Which part is most poignant to you, and why? Why? Tell me why. Guys, I was really hoping to get this done before sundown because I tend to sparkle at twilight, but it didn't happen. So real estate update. Summer is fast approaching, and I'm really looking forward to that because I'm going to go nuts over the summer, though I suppose to go nuts over the summer I have to start going nuts now. So I'll probably be contacting you, asking you for referrals if that's alright, even if it's not. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously. But if you could help me out in that area, I'd love to have as much business as I can possibly take on over the summer. That'd be awesome. Remember, dudes, nobody's going to look after your priorities but you. If it's not in your schedule, it doesn't exist. If you're not satisfied with one of those 6 categories in your life, there's a reason why. You're not scheduling it into your life. You've got to make it a priority. Let me know how that goes. I want to hear it. And I will see you next week.